svo brauðleifið að fá að pressa á skipið, segir hann að kenni sér aftur. I've an iron stomach and a power.
And ask her to shake asses with you.
Shall we lock horns? If you suck it back faster than me, you are the victor. Ah, is it the silver or the courage you are lacking? Think you can swell with the best?
And ask her to shake asses with you. But what? I've never danced with anyone before.
Moira, is Halfdan about?
Eivor, welcome. Halfdan has stepped outside with Faravid. They shouldn't be far.
God himself couldn't outtrace me.
Take me on. I will show you feats of strength to rival
Pray
foes.
for me, warrior, for plunder, glory, and Vallhalla. Be my eyes, Sunan.
Rishier. I struggle to be surprised.
I was caught off guard.
The ceremony hastens to start. Let's not keep the crowd waiting.
Eivor! Yes, let us go. To inscribe our names in history.
Come on! I need the challenger! Feel it! Now!
Viking tók kona hans að drífa hans allar en kappinni.
Have you had enough fun? My crowning must come soon.
I'll save some for later. Let's make a king of you.
To Eivor and the Raven clan of Mercia, our newest ally in blood and glory!
To Halfdan, king, I lift my horn and raise my brow to speak this praise. Crown spire, stout oak of Valkyries, spinner of battle wisdom. Long may you live and rule. Skål! Skål! Moira, what is this metal? It's soft, like Roman pipes.
Ah, that's lead. A toxic metal.
And was it lead that drove the Romans mad? Can metal do this to a man?
Oh, God in heaven, yes. The Romans knew this well. And my poor mother, she drank from cups like these for so long.
You... All these years you gifted me poison! You gifted me madness!
Old friend, please. Your sickness has clouded your judgment.
This sickness was no accident. I trusted you.
Sheath your weapon, Faravid.
Eivor, make this man see sense. He's old, sick, and his mind is unclear.
Oh, shit! You want me dead, you lying shithog? I was a fool to not see it!
Halfdan, stop! This is a man of honor.
You stand beside this?
I do.
I am Halfdan Ragnarsson,
Not mine.
In days yet to come, men will sing the praises.
You are the hero of a coward.
You are banished. Out! Never again set foot in my lands!
Thank you, King.
No more. Leave me.
More trouble. Something going on?
What is going on now?
You are fearfully quiet, Eivor.
One should never break a silence without reason.
I fear for Northumbria, now that Halfdan is king. Many may suffer if his madness goes unchecked.
And who is to blame for his madness, Vallhalla?
I should demand an apology for that, but there is no need. Soon I shall be long gone, far away across the Whale Road, where the fates guide me. End of the road. Goodbye, Eivor.
Did you know about the goblets, the lead? Now is the time for truth.
I hope one day we may raise our spears together, old friend.
We hope for many things in this life, yet we earn so few of them. Now it seems the wind calls me back to Randvi. Let's tell her the good news.
yes, one more. And only because you all have such good taste. Now, this one begins a long time ago.
The Wolfka. So glad to see you.
Good day, my love.
Entered Jorvikshire to meet Halfdan Jarl, and I left a friend of Halfdan the King. We have an oath at last.
Good. Very good.
I want to see the Alliance map. Hytham received a message from Winchester. From someone calling himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ.
Your hidden ally. Very interesting. More targets, I assume.
Yes. So what do you think? Could it be a trap?
As a West Saxon stronghold, Winchester will be a rather unwelcome place for you. But that is nothing you cannot handle. If you go, do not go boldly.
I will make my way to Winchester. The letter asked me to meet a man in white at a house of God, and then recite this phrase. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly cometh wisdom.
A passage from their holy book, I believe. Interesting. Go with care.
Shall we?
Please, Eivor. Not now. Not with Sigurd there.
I should go. The seat of King Alfred's power, where hawkshit stains my boots. I will find the man in white in their god's house. This must be the house of their timid god. They built him a rich dwelling.
The Lord takes the best of us to sit beside him.
Bishop's Aelford.
Even the mighty fall. And God...
A Dane treads the cobbles of God's house. In search of Christ's redemption, I hope. Your Christ can wait his turn. It is you I've come to see. Is that so? When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly, cometh wisdom. You know these words, and you know why I speak them. I do. But I am not yet satisfied that you are the one for the task ahead. As Jesus said unto Thomas, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Speak the deeds of Christ in order. Only then will you cometh unto my Lord. If I must dance to your tune, tell me where to step. In books one may find such wisdom. We had many in England, before the Danes burned our churches. A few yet remain nearby. Or perhaps a more pious soul in need of charity will reward you with a lesson. I have nothing for you now.
And the mighty fall. And God's servant, the Bishop Aelfirth, was mighty indeed in defense of his God.
He bathed in the river, so a gentle wash brings them closer to their God. He rose from the dead. A nice trick, and not easily done. Their God brings them light, just as Baldur does. Light as bright as the summer sun. Speak the deeds of Christ in order. On the mountain his face shone like the sun, and he became light. His transfiguration. God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River he was cleansed of all sin. His baptism. The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead. His resurrection. Thou art weighed in the balances, and found wanting. Perhaps you should try again. Speak his story, in order. I am no Christian. I do not know your stories. Then return, when you no longer languish in a pit of ignorance. Has his light brought illumination to your darkness? Speak his story. The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead. His resurrection. On the mountain his face shone like the sun, and he became light. His transfiguration. God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River he was cleansed of all sin. His baptism. Thou art weighed in the balances, and found wanting. Perhaps you should try again. Speak his story, in order. God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River he was cleansed of all sin. His baptism. The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead. His resurrection. I am no Christian. I do not know your stories. Then return, when you no longer languish in a pit of ignorance. Has his light brought illumination to your darkness? Speak his story. On the mountain his face shone like the sun, and he became light. His transfiguration. God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River he was cleansed of all sin. His baptism. The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead. His resurrection. Thou art weighed in the balances, and found wanting. Perhaps you should try again. Speak his story. In order. On the mountain his face shone like the sun, and he became light. His transfiguration. Curse you, Clothpeg. Let me start again. God has infinite patience. Speak his deeds in order. I am no Christian. Then return. Has his light brought illumination to your darkness? Speak his story. On the mountain his face shone like the sun, and he became light. His transfiguration. God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River he was cleansed of all sin. His baptism. The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead. His resurrection. Thou art weighed in the balances, and found wanting. Perhaps you should try again. Speak his story. In order. God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River he was cleansed of all sin. His baptism. On the mountain his face shone like the sun, and he became light. His transfiguration. The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead. His resurrection. And Jesus said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness. Well spoken. Are the riddles done? That is not for me to decide, for I am not the one who summoned you. If you follow, I will lead you to him. I solved your riddle. Now all I get is silence. Who am I to meet?
Shh. Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise.
Yet men become wise by speaking with other men. They grow foolish when keeping to silence.
Hush! Your prattling offends God's ears.
We're here.
May Christ, whose terror scares away the foul thrones, make with me a strong covenant. Was God's lesson instructive?
I learned that your god fears death, just as mine do. Just as every man does.
Yet through our Lord, we may achieve life everlasting in his glorious presence. Perhaps you missed that detail.
Do all the priests in Winchester have this same skill for drama? You risk your life, Alfred King.
I have invited you here to speak on equal terms. Do the Dane laws of hospitality not apply in Wessex?
You gifted my Jarl to that whelp from the Order of Ancients, the warrior Fulke.
Fulke was an enemy of Wessex. But it seems someone has already removed her threat from my lands.
If you did not hear it was me, you have now.
Impressive. The Order of Ancients has surely been crippled by her loss.
How much do you know of this order?
Only this, and little more. This letter. Signed...
The gallows, the quit.
2 now.
And a humble...
Still, his death is...
So many lies in the name of your god. Perhaps he is not strong enough to help you.
My god is the Almighty. But my enemies are numerous and my throne is fresh. There must be no trail from these murders back to me.
I should let the Order kill you. It would speed our conquest of England.
You may remove the organs of state. The cancer will remain.
Then promise me a reward I can sing about. A healthy king's weight in silver.
Very well. This morning...
A man you trust.
Goodwin was following...
Where was he last?
At his house.
Not yet. I need to find this Reeve, Goodwin. Come here. I want to talk to you.
You'll get nothing from me. I'm as loyal as the king's hounds.
Goodwin gone. Guards sniffing around. So where would they have taken him? Someone disagrees with Alfred, educating the people of Winchester. Papers thrown in the fire. Goodwin covering his tracks. Other guards destroying evidence. Broken bowls, food scattered.
They took him by force. There must be a garrison in the city. A violent struggle with the guards. They must have taken him to Winchester's garrison. Best not to draw attention here.
already off its perch.
Locked from the other side.
Too slow!
What's this? Thick walls and thicker guards. A place to keep a valuable man. Thick walls and thicker guards. A place to keep a valuable man.
God's justice awaits, coward! Your life for that!
Thick walls and thicker guards. A place to keep a valuable man. Selwyn ordered executions for petty theft and mudslinging. A husband and wife, to be carried out soon. Can't. Need to get on the other side.
What?
A Dane in Winchester. These are strange times.
King Alfred sent me, pleading from his bended knee to find someone.
I know Alfred well enough to spot a bloody lie when I hear it. If he did send you, he was standing tall and proud.
That he was. And you are the man I've come to find, Goodwin. Do you know why?
If I had one guess, to find these heretics from the Order of Ancients, and bury them so deep, even God would need a shovel.
So where do we start digging?
My research should help us.
If they haven't burned it already, it'll be somewhere nearby.
I will find your research. Now go before they find their wolf has fled his cage.
Let's regroup beyond the walls!
Goodwin's research against the Order of Ancients.
Winchester mourns a good bishop and a strong, virile man. May he find his peace with God.
Are you spying on me?
Now!
I am grateful for your help.
It is a brazen move to arrest Alfred's favorite reeve.
This so-called order are nothing but deviled shit peddlers.
Shit peddlers who have wormed their way into every crevasse of your country. They are dangerous.
I didn't catch your name, did I?
Eivor of the Raven clan. Scourge of Mercia, if that name recognition.
Well, Eivor, when our three heretics smolder on a heap of ash, we'll down a cup of ale together and share our distaste of Mercians like old friends.
Alfred believed at least one is dead. Your Bishop Aelfirth was the sixth.
Bugger. Half of Winchester is in mourning for that nun-groper.
I found this nailed on a door. The quill wields words like a knife.
A disputation of tutelage. Pretty chatter with poisoned intent. I will look into this more.
The gallows. What do you know of him?
Must be another reeve, I'm sure of it. Only we have the power to mete out justice, and this one would walk with cocksure righteousness.
The gallows had you arrested, so he must command the law.
Reeve Selwyn. Of course. That hedge pig has brought down laws like a hammer on Winchester, executing sinners on spurious charges in the square.
Could it be another?
He's the man. He's the only one who fits. End his terror, Eivor.
Is this what you want? You filthy... Boy! You are a thief and a swindler! Give me the Jewel Alfred Commission!
Good people of Winchester, open your eyes. See how Alfred's lofty ideals are weighed down in this mire of human effluence. These prisoners before you do not live by Alfred's laws. They live above them. They wallow in shit, only guided by their own perversity. Hubert here, his wits addled by ale, spoke false of Bishop Aelfirth, our pious servant of Winchester, who even now lies cold in his grave shroud.
Aelfirth was no man of God. He'll burn for his sins.
Your wife is a baying shrew, Hubert. Is there a man here who has not supped rancid mead from her cup?
When will your work be done, Selwyn? When all of Winchester falls to your justice?
Winchester has passed judgment, Hubert. May God have mercy on your cankerous soul.
There is no longer freedom in Winchester.
None are safe from his blade.
There are rats in the grain store, and Alfred has set the traps. You cannot steal and be welcome at our hearts. You cannot slander and keep your tongue. You cannot walk freely through our streets, mocking our laws, our king's edicts. And so I ask, who has the right to determine the fate of the perverse, if not the goodly people of Winchester? Perverter of justice. Who dares execute the king's noose?
It is not in Alfred's name that you carry out your work. You are the Order's executioner.
You peer through the veil, but you do not see clearly. Aelfred's laws are a slave's fever dream. He offers shit-soaked beggars a seat at his table, where the meek devour the strong. Who best to judge the fate of the wretched many, if not the strong and worthy few?
To protect your people, you must sheathe your hand in an iron glove. You grind your heels into the backs of freedmen, not those who deserve it.
The Order condemns all men to pain. For all men are but a shadow of the perfection we should know. The perfection of the Ancient Ones.
You are only a man, Reed. One dead branch on a fast-dying tree. I should meet with Goodwin, see what he has found on the quill.
Selwyn's bloodlust will kill us all.
Come on! Let's spill some innards!
I should meet with Goodwin, see what he has found on the quill.
Heaven will swallow the smoke of Aelfrith's pyre.
Very poetic. But he's going to be buried in the grounds of the Minster.
What is that boy doing all the way up there?
He's so brave. Like a young King Alfred. He'll crack his head like a fresh hen's egg.
Where you askun hunne herre, have done
Go on, Esselbert. It's yours for the taking.
Jump, little flea! Jump, flea, jump! Stop it, you grubkin! If he falls, God will punish you!
Go on, Esselbert. It's yours for the taking. He's so brave. Like a young King Alfred. He'll crack his head like a fresh hen's egg. Oh, saints alive! Did you see that? God sent Esselbert an angel.
Is it over? Did he fall? Oh, God's buttered crumpets! I never told him I loved him!
That stranger got it for him. Oi! That's cheating! Ow!
A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Does Magister Batter not teach you the scriptures?
Magister Batter is a horse's dangles.
And here is the axe I used to swat a fly.
You have ventured from your burrow?
And you have plunged my city into chaos. I had hoped you would use the lessons of your subtler gods.
We have no subtle gods.
If the gallows is truly dead, perhaps we can allow cautious revelry?
I did only what I agreed to, Alfred. If your crown now weighs heavy, I would gladly take it from you.
Forgive my outburst. God sowed in me a passion, but English prose is an instrument long out of tune.
We all want better for our people, don't we, Eivor? Yours and ours.
The quill remains.